Let's go live to mayoral candidate Anna Bailao, who is making an announcement about city services this morning. Let's listen in live.
To assess their value for money and benefits to the city. I will get tough on monitoring and reporting mechanisms to make sure we are tracking how contracts are performing. I will evaluate current road closure contracts to make sure that we are providing clear guidelines for event organizers and make sure roads reopen on time in order to reduce congestion and inconvenience. I will prioritize safety and accessibility by conducting performance evaluations on existing snow clearing and street sweeping service contracts. That includes response times, service quality, complaints, and cost effectiveness to identify areas for improvement, particularly to support residents with mobility challenges, including our seniors. To ensure proper oversight, I will expand the Auditor General's mandate to review the city's private contracts, and I will appoint a member of the Executive Committee to act as the city's Value for Mayor champion. Toronto taxpayers deserve contracts that deliver on their promises. By canceling underperforming contracts, we will optimize service, quality, enhance accountability, and ensure that taxpayers receive the best value for their money.
That's right.
My commitment is to create a city that is efficient, responsive, and consistently delivers for the residents of Toronto. I am determined to hold contractors accountable and provide better value for all residents and taxpayers. I will work tirelessly to ensure that city contracts that Toronto residents pay meet the highest standards of performance and benefit everyone. Because, simply put, Torontonians deserve better. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. There are candidates in this race who think the solution is hiking tax, and others who think the solution is cutting services. I believe in a better way, with pragmatic solutions. I am the only candidate who can work with council, with other governments, with business, and community leaders to fix services, to build housing, and to make life more affordable while keeping taxes low. Toronto can't afford Olivia Chow, and we don't want Doug Ford running Queen's Park and City Hall. I am the only candidate who can bring people together, who can beat Olivia Chow, and who will always stand up for our city and for our residents.
That's right.
When you talk about canceling all these contracts, we all know that there's always these cancellation fees. It's never a clean break. How do you address that?
Well, there's also performances, and there's performance that they need to meet, and if they're not meeting, I believe there will be grounds, very strong grounds, to have these contracts canceled. And that's what we need to make sure, is that we are evaluating and getting value for our money. We can't reward bad performance. We need to make sure that we have good contractors. And at the end of the day, how much is it going to cost? What is the price for people to have access to clean streets, to snow being properly plowed, to make sure that our garbage cans are kept properly? What is the cost of not having that? That is the real cost for the residents of Toronto.
So every year, we always do a story in the spring about how the snow plows have literally dug up the grass along the sidewalks, everybody's property, and you complain and they come by and sprinkle some grass seed, and that's the end of it. How do we fix that?
The first thing we need to do is make sure that our contractors are delivering on the contracts that were signed with them. We need to have very strong performance reviews, and we need to make sure that the service taxpayers and Torontonians are paying for are being delivered, and that they're being delivered efficiently. And that's what, as mayor, I will be ensuring.
And what about Cafe TO? We're still hearing from some of these restaurants that say they can't even apply. It's just the paperwork, the red tape. What do you got to say about that?
You know what? The way that the Café TO has been redeployed this year is unacceptable. This has been a program very successful in supporting cafes and restaurants in our city during the pandemic. The goal is to have it to continue with that recovery. It's not happening. We need to make sure that the city will be doing a better job. As mayor, I tell you that it is fair that all the cafes get their fees back from this program this year. It's unacceptable. We're now, in June, and we had so many good weekends and good weather that cafes were not able to take advantage of the good weather. We need to reimburse those fees for this year, and I will make sure that this program is rolled out properly and support the small business that desperately need that support.
And what about the backlog and the urgency to get things done? Last month, I actually was walking my dogs, and the guy was out there measuring because they were going to fix the curb and a corner of the sidewalk. And I said, oh, that's great. He's spray painting the thing. I said, when's it going to get done? Oh, they'll be back before December.
For Café TO, was that for?
No, this is to fix some curbs and some cracks in the sidewalk.
You know what? We need to do a better service delivery and prioritization and do things more efficiently. If we have work being done, if water is there or whoever damaged that sidewalk, that should be fixed right away. Why wait? Why coming back? Let's make sure we coordinate these things. That's why when I talk about fixing services, when I talk about common sense, when I talk about pragmatism, these are the things that need to be done at City Hall immediately. If we're fixing something, let's make sure we fix it all the way, not wait 6 months, not wait 8 months. Let's make sure we get it done.
We've been listening to mayoral candidate Bailao making an announcement on the campaign trail, talking about city services this morning.